I want to welcome everybody here, and this webinar, it really is for new people, the people that are just exploring ONPASSIVE, or those individuals that have been in for a little while and are still learning about ONPASSIVE. And ONPASSIVE is really a unique company, and we're going to be talking about building wealth. I love that topic. Most people love it. They don't know how to do it, but they love the topic. And as we talk about ONPASSIVE, really that's why ONPASSIVE was made. ONPASSIVE is an AI IT company, artificial intelligence, informational technology company. Really important to keep in mind, it is an artificial intelligence company. Yes, the IT products, just as important, but because of the AI technology, artificial intelligence, ONPASSIVE, for those individuals coming in and participating with ONPASSIVE, it is 100% automated. And the question we get is, as people come in, can I make money? Can I develop wealth? Really, really good questions. And I'm going to answer that question right up front. And the answer to that question is, oh yeah, you can make money and you can make a lot of money. And I'm going to explain just how unique ONPASSIVE is, because again, ONPASSIVE, they're doing things today that have never been done before, online, offline, never been done in business before. And as you start to understand what ONPASSIVE is doing, you're going to get really excited about your bottom line and what's going to happen with your bottom line. ONPASSIVE was developed by a gentleman named Ash Mufareh. Ash Mufareh, he is the brain trust, he is the visionary behind ONPASSIVE. Everything that he's developed in ONPASSIVE, all the tools, the IT products, have been developed in India through his tech team. They're about 600, 700 strong today, and they are in Bangalore and they are in Hyderabad. All the tools that have been developed by them. And these individuals, they are the brightest of the brightest. They're really, really good at what they do. Both the men and women that are there, these individuals, I mean, their IQ is off the chart. And what they've done with the products of ONPASSIVE, and I'll be getting into that, it really is extraordinary. But as I came in and listened to Ash Mufareh initially, as Marty kind of introduced it to Dan and I listened to Ash, there were a few concepts that I thought were extraordinary. And once I understood these 4 or 5 concepts, it was just a no-brainer. I was in. I didn't even have to think about it anymore. Although ONPASSIVE has a lot of moving parts, the company of ONPASSIVE is massive today, literally massive. But the structure that Ash Mufareh has made for us, those individuals that want to participate with ONPASSIVE, it's really, really simple to understand. And that's the way Ash has made it, so that as people come in, they're going to understand what's going to be happening to them as the days and weeks unfold. So let me talk about a couple of concepts, really 4 of them. And the first concept, as I listen to Ash, as you come in and you start to participate with ONPASSIVE, it is a self-funding program. What does that mean? As you come in, you will go out of pocket once, you will never have to go out of pocket again. When I heard that, that's almost all I needed to hear, because I've been doing this a very long time. I've been with many, many different companies, and the majority of these companies, not the majority of them, all of them, they take as much money as they can and they will milk you dry. You'll come in and you'll pay month after month after month after month. And if you've been online any amount of time, you know this story. And eventually, after 3 months or 6 months or a year, you just quit paying, because you haven't made a dime and money is just flowing out of your bank account. That is not ONPASSIVE. ONPASSIVE, you will come in once, you will never have to go out of pocket again. I absolutely love that concept. The next concept took a little while for me to really, really believe. And the next concept is, as you come in, ONPASSIVE is going to force you to be successful. And that sounds great, but it goes further. They're going to force you to make money. Now, I've never heard that before, online, offline, from another company. Ash Mufareh actually guarantees that you will make money. And it's not that they're going to give you a pick and shovel and tell you to dig a ditch and they're going to pay you. No. ONPASSIVE, because of of the concepts I'm talking about, it is 100% automated. And because of that automation, you will make money, period. No caveats to it. So as you come in on passive, they're going to force you to be successful. I have never heard an argument against this. People absolutely love this. And as I've studied the numbers of ONPASSIVE, he's 100% right. He can make that statement, and it's true. So those two alone, absolutely marvelous what ONPASSIVE has done. The next one really is just as important as the first two. And the next one is traffic. And you will not have a business unless you can get good qualified eyes in front of what you're doing, have people come in and love it, join and pay. You have to have traffic, whether you're online, offline, you have to have a source of traffic to get eyes in front of what you're doing. ONPASSIVE is better than anybody I've ever seen at driving traffic. And I've had the comment from a few individuals. They'll come in and they'll say, well, you know, that's kind of nice. They're going to drive a little traffic for us and I'll get a few sales perhaps, but it's not much money. And it's so much bigger than that. And in order to explain that, I really need to talk about the traffic side and what ONPASSIVE did about 6 months ago. And 6 months ago, Ash and his team, they decided to turn on the spigots of their traffic sources. And they were going to see how long it took to bring in 1 million opt-ins, and they did not put a time frame on it. Could have been 3 months, 6 months, a year. They did not put a time frame on it. And Marty, Dan, and I, we've run a lot of traffic in our time online. We know what good traffic looks like. And what ONPASSIVE did, it just blew our minds. ONPASSIVE brought in 1 million opt-ins in 4 days. That is extraordinary. That is never done online. I've never seen anybody do that before. And in 4 days, my opinion of ONPASSIVE went through the roof because I know how hard it is to drive good qualified traffic. Now here's the caveat. Remember, ONPASSIVE is an artificial intelligence company. 6 months ago, when they turned on the spigots to the traffic, they did not use their artificial intelligence, okay? This is a really, really big deal. When you combine the artificial intelligence with the traffic, instead of driving 1 million people through in 4 days, I believe they can do it in 2 days or 1 day or 12 hours. And then you think about how much traffic that is over the course of a year or 10 years or 20 years. It is absolutely massive. And when you think about the traffic side of ONPASSIVE, keep in line the sheer volume that ONPASSIVE is going to be doing, because we get paid as people who come in and participate with ONPASSIVE. We get paid off of the volume that lands underneath us. I'm going to tell you how that happens in just a second. But the traffic is really, really important, and ONPASSIVE is better than anybody I've ever seen. And as ONPASSIVE opens these spigots for us, the amount of people that are going to be coming into ONPASSIVE is going to be staggering. That's how powerful this is. The last concept I want to talk about is the customer side of ONPASSIVE. If you don't have customers, and this is intuitive, I know you all know this, if you don't have customers, you don't have a business. And ONPASSIVE, with the tools that Ash's team in India have been building, these tools are the best of the best. They are proprietary, they're cutting edge, they're built from the ground up. These tools are better than anything online. So why would customers come in to use the tools of ONPASSIVE? Just for that reason. As they come in and use the tools of ONPASSIVE, it's going to make their job easier. Everybody loves that, whether you're in K through 12, whether you're in college, whether you're a small, medium, large size business, whether you're government, whether your personal needs are being met. Everybody loves the idea of making their job easier. But not only that, not only does it make the job easier, but it makes the bottom line bigger too. Those are the two reasons people will come into ONPASSIVE, and they will come in hordes. Originally, Ash started out with an automated marketing platform. That was the first series of tools that he had. And in this automated marketing platform are all the tools that we use to market online, whether it's a page builder, whether it's an autoresponder, whether it's a funnel builder, whether it's a communication module, whether it's a traffic source. All of these tools we have used in the past, and today, with the automated marketing platform, all of these tools are under one umbrella. We can come in and use them. And all the tools of ONPASSIVE, they're superior, but they're at a lower price point. That's just a win-win for everybody. And it's especially a win-win for those individuals that are participating with ONPASSIVE. As we look at the tools of ONPASSIVE, there are 50 tools overall right now that we know of. And all of these tools are the best of the best. And as we look at the competition online, we are going to blow them away. Before I get there, how do we come in and participate with ONPASSIVE? With these four concepts, and you add volume into it, it is a totally automated marketing system. You come in, all you have to do is participate and let ONPASSIVE do the rest of it. So how do we come in and participate? Today there is a position. It is the founder position. It is a $97 position, and it will lock you into the company of ONPASSIVE. It will lock you into the pay structure of ONPASSIVE. That second one is really, really important because we all want to get paid. There are a couple of other benefits to the founding position, and one of those is you can actually build a team. As we're waiting for ONPASSIVE to launch, and they are scheduled to launch this year, 2020, so that window is getting very, very narrow. But if you have an inclination and you want to build a team, you can do that. You do not have to do that. Again, ONPASSIVE, 100% automated business. You do not have to build anything. But if you're an individual that is a builder, you can do that. What are the advantages of building a team or sharing ONPASSIVE? The biggest advantage is it cuts time frames. And what that means is it takes care of that bottom line quicker. I believe everybody that comes in and becomes a founder, that bottom line, those financial needs that we're trying to take care of, they will be taken care of with ONPASSIVE. Because of what Ash and his team have done, I have no doubt that the financial needs, those financial burdens, they will be taken care of. But if you are a builder, again, you will cut time frames. It'll just happen quicker. I believe it's going to happen for everybody, but as a builder, it will happen quicker. So as ONPASSIVE launches to the world, how are we coming into ONPASSIVE? We've locked our position into the company and the pay structure. As ONPASSIVE launches, we will all come in as customers. And the way that works, we'll come in, there will be one membership level, one fee. We will come in and pay that fee, go in the back office, click a button, and then we will all become independent resellers of the IT product, okay? You have to do that if you're going to get paid by ONPASSIVE. I'm going to back up and talk about the membership level. The membership level is the fee that you will pay once and you'll never go out of pocket again. And yes, it is a monthly fee, but as we come in and pay that fee, the preceding months that are coming will be paid through the profits of ONPASSIVE. With ONPASSIVE, whatever volume lands underneath you, you get paid for that. There are no caveats. There are no conditions. Whatever lands underneath you, you get paid for. ONPASSIVE will never take anything away from you. So if it lands underneath you, you will get paid for that, period. No caveats. So as we look at ONPASSIVE, we come in, membership level, independent reseller, and you're in it to win it. You will get paid. Ash is going to guarantee you that. So that brings me to the pay structure. And everybody wants to know about the pay structure, and I understand that. Ash Mufareh has told us that we cannot talk about the pay structure that's going to be used in ONPASSIVE. And the reason he doesn't want us to do that is because he doesn't want our competition to get a leg up. He doesn't want them to see what's coming because they are just going to be shocked when ONPASSIVE launches to the world. But I can give you an idea of how we're going to get paid. As we launch to the world, ONPASSIVE is going to go to the automated marketing platform. They're going to take the traffic tool out, and they're going to start driving traffic for all of us. And they're going to be bringing in primarily customers. They will bring in additional independent resellers, the IT products, which again will go into your team. But primarily it's going to be customers. And as ONPASSIVE starts to drive traffic, They're going to get those eyes in front of your business. People will come in, they'll love it, they'll join, and they'll pay. As they pay, we make a percentage off of that volume. Now, if you are a builder, it works the same way. ONPASSIVE, again, they're going to go in, they're going to take the tool out of traffic from the automated marketing platform. They're going to drive traffic for you. They are going to get volume underneath you. You are going to get paid, but they're also going to do it for the people on your team. And that's why this cuts time frames. If you've got 10 or 15 or 20 or 30 people on your team, obviously you're going to be making more quicker. They're going to pay everybody on that team. That volume is going to line up under everybody and you get paid for that whole team. So building a team, yeah, it's a good idea, but it's not necessary. ONPASSIVE, again, 100% automated. If you are not a builder, if you are a novice online, do not worry about it. You are in the right place at the right time. And because of the sheer volume ONPASSIVE is going to be doing, you're going to be in a really, really good position. I'm going to stick with that theme of volume and talk about one product of ONPASSIVE. And again, there are 50 of them, but I'm just going to talk about one. And the product I'm going to talk about is a webinar service. Right now, we're doing a webinar on Zoom. And Zoom is one of the big players online right now. In fact, they're mammoth, they're huge. And the webinar service of Zoom is old technology. And what Zoom has done is taken old technology, wrapped it up, put a bow on it, and thrown it out there. And what they do from time to time is they do an upgrade, but it's still old technology. And when you look at Zoom and what they've done, they are a unicorn company, a company that has a value of way over $1 billion, okay? I believe as ONPASSIVE launches and just this one product, the webinar product, I believe Zoom at the end of 1 year probably will not be in business. There are 25 other platforms that have webinar services. Again, all old technology. Because the technology is proprietary, built from the ground up, cutting edge, best of the best, it just blows Zoom away. And I have seen the webinar service and what it is going to do. I just don't think Zoom is going to be in business after a year. And in fact, with this one product, I believe that ONPASSIVE could be a unicorn company after 1 year. And again, that's a company that has a value of $1 billion with one product, okay? It's a really, really big deal. Now we add the other 49 products of ONPASSIVE. And as ONPASSIVE launches to the world, day one, they will be a multiple unicorn company because of what Ash and his team have done in India. What they've done is spectacular. And being able to participate with a company as they launch, being a multiple unicorn company, and what that's going to do for your bottom line, it is extraordinary. As Ash Mufareh thought about ONPASSIVE, one of his main goals was to take the 97% that fail online and turn that around and make the 97% successful. Not only successful, but guarantee it. Because of what Ash and his team have done, because of the way ONPASSIVE is structured, because of the way the pay structure is structured, we're in a really, really good place, and there are going to be a lot of happy campers as we launch to the world this year, waking up and just doing their happy dance because lives are going to change. I want to end with one thing that Ash has done, and this really shows the genius behind ONPASSIVE, and it's the customer side. And again, I told you that I believe the majority of the people that will be coming into ONPASSIVE will be customers. And I believe that 80% of them will come in, they'll use the products, they're absolutely going to love the products, and they will never leave, and they will pay a monthly fee. That's really important for you and I because as they pay a monthly fee, that means our income becomes residual. And as we look at this 80%, and again, it can be K through 12, it can be colleges, it can be small, medium, large size businesses, it can be governments, it can be personal use. As we look at that 80%, they are absolutely going to love ONPASSIVE. But here's what Ash did. The other 20% that will come in and use the products of ONPASSIVE, they're going to love the products. These products are just going to blow people away. They're going to come in, they're going to use the products, but their problem is they're always going to wonder because their budgets are tighter. Am I going to be able to pay that fee next month or the following month or the following month. With the 80%, they don't have a problem with the fees. They've got a good budget. But with the 20%, they just don't know. Here's what Ash has done. As these people come in and use the products and pay the monthly fee, over time, the cost of those fees will go down. Over time, the cost of those fees will be zero. And over time, ONPASSIVE, now get this, ONPASSIVE will pay them to use the products of ONPASSIVE. Now, I don't know about you, but these individuals, they will never leave. And the individuals that are using the products of ONPASSIVE will never leave. Ash has done this throughout all the products of ONPASSIVE. And it really is genius what Ash is doing to not only get the products of ONPASSIVE in front of people's eyes, but to just make it impossible for them to say no. As you look at ONPASSIVE, keep in mind it is 100% automated. Those first four concepts that I talked about, self-funding, forced to be successful, traffic, customer is royalty, and then the volume of ONPASSIVE. If you keep it simple, even though there are a lot of moving parts to ONPASSIVE, keep it simple, concentrate on those four concepts, the sheer volume that ONPASSIVE is going to be doing. You are in the right place at the right time to change your financial life. And as ONPASSIVE launches to the world this year, that is going to happen. Ash Mufareh guarantees it. This is a really, really exciting time in ONPASSIVE, and those individuals that are participating with ONPASSIVE, to be able to participate with a company that's going to be a $3 billion company as they launch. Come on in, pay the $97, lock your position in, and then take the ride of a lifetime. This is going to be an extremely fun time and a time where you're going to remember, and it's going to be a legacy time because it's going to change lives, the financial future of people's lives in major ways. Marty, I'm going to turn it back over to you. If I missed anything, go ahead and cover it. I know there's a lot of information out there, but you seem to make it easy, Marty. Go ahead.
Nope, all done. Goodbye, everyone. No, I'm just kidding. Very good, though, Mike. Very good. Excellent. We have over 625 people here today.
Boom.
Fantastic. That means people are learning about ONPASSIVE, and that's what matters. You know, Mike had talked about ONPASSIVE launching as a unicorn company, and that's $1 billion company. And to put it in perspective, we all know certain companies like Google. Google took 5 years to make $1 billion. Facebook took 6 years. Spotify took 8 years. Dropbox took 10 years. Netflix, everybody has Netflix, 10 years. Apple, everybody's got an Apple in their pocket or purse. 14 years. Microsoft, 15 years. Intel, which most computers are run off of Intel, 16 years. Walt Disney took 69 years to make $1 billion. IBM took 79 years. So to be part of a company, a founder and part of a company where you get to share the wealth in a multi-billion-dollar company at launch or soon after, it's just mind-blowing, absolutely mind-blowing. Another thing I wanted to add is even Zoom, okay? Zoom was created by the vice president of Cisco or whatever the webinar service was, and he wasn't allowed to do anything with webinars, at least for a certain amount of time. So he waited his amount of time, and then he created Zoom. Zoom a year ago is worth $19 billion, which is really phenomenal. They went up $110 billion in 1 year because of the pandemic, and people are communicating online. So just to put in perspective, and Zoom, you can get 40, I think it's 50,000 visitors on a Zoom, but it doesn't work. About 2,500 people in Zoom, and it starts crashing. How do I know? ONPASSIVE has well over that. When they hit about 2,500, it starts looping where it can't handle the volume of people. So you can say you could do everything, but if you can't, you can't. And I don't know what they would do at 50,000 people. It just wouldn't work. We have some guests here today. I want to introduce Suzanne. We met her last Saturday on a Q&A, our first Q&A, and she definitely stood out in the crowd. And I said, I got to find her. I'd like to be a panelist. So I rooted around like I do. I'm a rooting person, and I found someone that could get a hold of her. So Suzanne's here, and I wanted Suzanne to give her reason why. What was it about ONPASSIVE that went ding, 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 that there's something there? Suzanne, it's all yours, and thank you for being here, by the way.
Oh, thank you, Marty, for having me. I appreciate it. And thank you, Mike. That was incredible information that you shared. For me, the reason it's interesting. I was introduced to a friend that I trusted back in July. And I said, yeah, no problem. Basically, it's a no-brainer, right? It makes sense to me. But I was in a hurt, like basically my husband and I, we have our own business. It's a construction company with excavators, and it's full on. And I've always done direct sales on the side, and I'm skilled in accounting and office work and things, right? But what happened in July was we were just busy with the property we were on, and things get put aside. But I said, no problem, sign up, no problem. And then I finally just recently had some time to kind of go back to it and said, I'm going to check, how's it doing? And then I watched a presentation just like this, just like you're watching. And I happened to listen to Mike, and the light went off. I've cleared my plate with other things. And so for me, both situations are great. I can just sign up as a founder and just let it ride and let ONPASSIVE launch, and I'll be fine. The company is going to attract millions and millions of people. So that's great. You don't have to be an extrovert. You don't have to be a business owner. You don't have to be outgoing and all those attributes, but I am. So here we are in November 2020. And I found the time to take a look at the video. I listened to Mike, and I was just like, what have I been sitting on since July? So I got excited, and Sharon Parkinson that helped me, that introduced me. Basically, we've been putting together some PowerPoint slides, and just so many things are coming to mind. If we could have been in that room when people got together and developed Microsoft, and they said, for $97, do you want to be part of this? And that's all you have to pay. And no, you're not going to have to like sell your house and invest $100,000 and be here every day, 20 hours a day. So an incredible opportunity. And sometimes we get bombarded with so many things online, or friends or people asking us to join things, that we sometimes have our blinders on. And it's easy to do that. But this is not your typical company. And it's really interesting when you get inside as a founder for the no risk $97, which is so cheap. You see Ash, and you get to hear what he's all about, and you see his integrity, and how he's basically a visionary like Mark Zuckerberg, but he's the opposite integrity wise. He just wants everyone to do well, not just himself. He sees this as an opportunity to lift humanity. My background, I've ran politically for the Green Party, and I've done meditation retreats. And there's a lot of organizations and charities out there that they want help. They want to do better. They're scrambling right now with COVID. They're not getting the traffic that they used to. ONPASSIVE can give them those tools. So it's not only for the shy, quiet person that just wants to have some money coming in and not have to worry so much about all the bills. The business builder, the person like us, my husband and I, we own a small business. We pay $6,000 to $7,000 a year on commercial insurance. He'll call me and say, Suzanne, we got to replace the tracks on a machine. That could be a $20,000 bill. There's a huge risk for someone in small business. If you're a dentist just coming out of school, you could have come out of school with $200,000, $300,000 debt. There's so many people that need ONPASSIVE. It's a no risk, interesting way to just, open up your life. And there's no risk, because we'll gladly give you the $97 back. There was something else that I just thought of. I was taking notes on Mike's things, but and courses, education. There's just it's stumbly, and it's frustrating when you're trying to bring in a lot of people from different areas of the world. So I look forward to ONPASSIVE's high technology, the AI, and bringing us all together. And especially in the US and even in Canada with the politics in the last year, it's been so divided. And it just seems perfect timing for a company like this to really, truly want to help people and bring us all together. All races, all people, no matter if you're poor, you're rich, you're in between, if you're black, yellow, green, no matter what you do, no matter where you're from, it may be a way for us to actually unite people around the world, financially and spiritually, and just raise the consciousness of the world. So I'm really excited to be a part of it. And thank you so much, Marty, for making me part of the panel. Back to you.
Fantastic. Now you see why I had Susie on, right? That was an easy one.
Thank you.
Anyway, I'm going to move on to, we might as well hear a doctor's point of view. Dr. Bill, what is it about ONPASSIVE that you went, there's something there?
This is something that I've been looking for a long time, actually, Marty. Thank you so much for having me on today. Suzanne, I enjoyed your presentation that you put together, and I've already shared it with all my people because I told them you have a calm way about yourself, and you do a great job. ONPASSIVE brings in superstars from all walks of life, and so Suzanne's a future superstar in ONPASSIVE, I can tell. You know, I grew up on Mike Ellis's talks. He was a teacher that I learned from. And so I began putting my thoughts together and influencing people right off the bat, because I saw the power of this for anybody, professionals even. And so I teach dentists. I've been a dentist for 45 years. I teach dentists how to be better dentists. And so one of the things I wanted was to show dentists how to be more profitable, get more new patients. I saw that the advertising power this thing had, marketing power, would be overwhelming for a business. I saw that I could market my personal wellness products more effectively with this business. So I was looking at it as a customer user when I first saw it. And then I got into it more in depth. Then I kind of saw how it would fit into my teaching more thoroughly, because I teach dentists how to finish well. That means I want to show them how to retire in style, so that if they retire from their profession, they don't have a drop in lifestyle. And that's very hard to do in most professions, is to retire at the same income that you had when you were at your peak. So with ONPASSIVE, we could do that. So I used to practice full-time, but I started going part-time, and then I started having a bunch of side gigs. And so I even wrote an article in this magazine, The Profitable Dentist, called Find Out Why a Dentist Says You Should Have a Side Gig or Two. Side gigs are kind of what drew me to ONPASSIVE in a greater detail, because I saw this could be done in a short period of time by a busy professional. You could join and let it sit, or you could join and tell a few people and it would grow. And so I was very interested in that. And so once I realized the ecosystem was 50 products, not just 2 or 3 of marketing, I got even more excited. And I said, you know, this ecosystem will provide a living at a greater level. And so years ago, I wrote a book that was based on my experience, that I teach my dentists how to be effective and efficient so that every day is a good day. I call it The Perfect Day. And I put the book together of all the teaching I did, because at one of my seminars, I gave a lecture that was so effective that they all started doing $10,000 in production a day. And that was kind of like about across the nation, the average is about 5. And so I put down 50 things that they think, do, or say that I do, and I taught them, and they were able to do 10,000 a day. Well, what I found out from being in ONPASSIVE is this. This is going to be good for everybody to hear real clearly. Now, founders can be $10,000 a day earners. So I was only producing it, but I wasn't taking it home. Overhead is 70% or more in dental offices, so I wasn't taking home 10,000 a day. But I'll tell you this, we can take home 10,000 a day in ONPASSIVE. Once we build our team, once we've got a few years under our belts, money's not the issue. The issue is, what are you going to do with all the free time you've got? So that's kind of the fun part to think about. So I'll ask you the question, if not now, when? timing is important because we're running out of time to be a founder. And I would just suggest anybody listening get back to that person who shared you with this video and say, tell me more, tell me how to start now. If you want a reason why, if you don't have a why yet, I put together some videos on YouTube that kind of go into different areas that are emotionally charged to tune you into why you should do this. I mean, there's a lot to do with the heart of ONPASSIVE, the charitable contributions, the why you make your decisions. And so Dr. Bill Williams at OnPassiveLeader.com, Dr. Bill Williams, OnPassive Leader would be the place to find those. And I want you to think about, if you're going to spend the rest of your life working, why not work for yourself instead of somebody else? Build your family's legacy, not somebody else's family. Just like Marty says, he wants to work for himself, not the guy at the top. So that's what I have to say today, and thanks for letting me be on your program. Marty, I appreciate all the time.
Dr. Bill, thank you as always. Outstanding. Red Redfern, I'm sure you're dealing with a lot of questions. Come lay some on us.
Hey, how you doing? Can you hear me okay?
Perfect.
Fantastic. I've got a few questions, and then I'd like to add a little bit as well at the end if I possibly can. Queena says, tell Mike Ellis it was a stellar presentation, and she's definitely going to share it with everybody. Fantastic. Thanks, Queena. Another question we had is, I have got my own business in the Bahamas. Can I market this through ONPASSIVE? And if this is true, will they only target traffic in my island, or will it be worldwide? Well, it's a very good question, and the answer to that is we are a worldwide business. If your business is approved by ONPASSIVE, they will market your business ONPASSIVE. And here is the kicker. Not only will they market your business, but they will actually target traffic that is bespoke to your business product as well. So it's not just a blanket campaign. For instance, if you sold t-shirts, they would target traffic to people who are looking for t-shirts. How fantastic is that? But of course, like I said, your business would have to be approved by ONPASSIVE first. That means namely that it's legal, above board, and everything is legitimate. One last question before I just want to add a little bit for myself is, why are we using Zoom if we have our own webinar product? Very good question. Now, the answer I'll give to this, and it is the reason why we don't see many of our products. If you're a founder already, you will be using some of our products in your back office. But the reason we're not using our own webinar service at the moment is, quite frankly, we don't want to give any of our competitors any idea of what we have. If you are building something, okay, you don't want to show the world. If you are building a new car, a new model, they all have massive openings, don't they? The big lights, the fireworks, everything goes on, and then they pull the covers back. Ta-da! There's your product. Okay, ONPASSIVE is no different. We have got nearly 50 products and services now that are going to be launched to the world in one way, shape, or form very, very shortly, and we want to have it with a big bang. Not only that, if we let our competitors see what we have now, it will give them time to start developing the type of product we have. We want to have the jump on this. We want to have exclusivity of what we've got. So this is why we haven't using our own products at the moment. The one thing I'd like to bring up just on top of the presentation as well is that Martin normally goes over this, but I'm going to go over it as well to try and put it into perspective. Non-marketers, non-business people, the average person that might be looking at this opportunity now that's been invited here. Now, whatever supermarket you go into, okay, people have a bit of a hang-up saying, well, I don't use any of these tools, products and services that ONPASSIVE are going to use. I'm just a normal person. I like surfing the internet. I use Facebook and all the rest of it, but I actually don't need any of these products or services. But what you do want to do is earn some money. This is the whole reason why you're here at the moment, is because you want to earn some money. So when you go into a supermarket, you're going around the shelves and you're browsing, you put it into your trolley, and then you get to the line behind the checkout and you've got 4 people in front of you and all their trolleys are full of everything. Okay, these people that are going through these checkouts, now you don't care what they've got in their trolley, but that till's ringing. Now, put that into perspective of what ONPASSIVE is. All these people are buying something that you haven't bought. Okay, it's in their trolley, they've bought it. You are making money off what they have bought, that commission. I don't care what they've bought, you don't care what they've bought, but you're still making money off it. So that is what you have to get your head around, is it just because you aren't going to be using that product or service, if these people are in your team below you, they are a customer or a reseller or even a founder, you will be earning money from what they are using, not what you are using personally. So whether you're a business person or whether you are anything, if that till is ringing, you are earning, and that is how you have to look at it. So for $97, an absolute no-brainer to get your sticky little mitts on some of that commission. That's it for now. Thank you very much, Marty.
Hey,
Yeah,
Dan,
me.
Dan, Mr. Retire, do you have anything to add, or are you just so high up there in the cloud now right now?
Well, yeah, I am high up there in the cloud, but I am going to call what we call in the United States here, Red, a grocery cart. I'm going to start calling it a trolley now. No? So I learned something from you. It's just easier to call it trolley. And I like it. I like it a lot. But no, you know, I'll just add one final note here. I've been listening to everybody. And gosh, Suzanne, I appreciate your presentation. And of course, Mike, he's off the charts every time. And Dr. Williams, and Red, and Trila. Oh, look at Trila. She's invaluable to this, because there's a lot of people out there that are deaf and just can't appreciate what we have to offer without someone like this coming aboard. So the only other thing I'd like to add to this is that what we're seeing here, because of this opportunity, for those of you that are brand new to this and just getting exposed to this opportunity for the first time, is that we are seeing such a passion for ONPASSIVE. And this is a company that hasn't even launched yet. And we've got 275, 300,000 people that are just chomping at the bit to get into this thing. I mean, that's unheard of. And on top of that, for all you new people, think about the person that invited you here and think about the passion that they have for the business and get your questions answered if you didn't get them answered here. And we have got, Marty brought this up in Facebook Live this morning, and I really appreciated it because we have so many founders over 19 months in this business, introducing founders to this industry and to this company that have grown so much, that have become leaders, that are building huge teams all over the world, not to mention the opportunity to build friendships all over the world. A lot of these people we haven't seen in person, but we're great friends with a lot of people all over the world, and it is exciting. The relationships that all of us have with people in other countries is just, well, you can't put a word to it, okay? It's invaluable, all right? So take a serious look at this. For $97 to have all of the things that we've been talking about today is a no-brainer in my opinion.
Susie, you're always reading out the names, but you're so much more than that. I want some of your input.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
I thought you'd never ask, for God's sakes, Marty. I was just waiting for your phone to ring. So wow, everybody, you got a good dose of ONPASSIVE today, and such a great panel. Yeah, I'm 59 and a half. I know I look pretty good for that age, but the reason why I look so good is I like to have a lot of fun, and I have so much hope now in the future for me, my family, my friends, all of the ONPASSIVE people who are like a new family to me. I've been in the corporate world my whole life. I still have lots of great relationships. I had a great career in the corporate world. And I also am part of a MLM, and I had a great experience with that. But I also felt that there was something wrong, and there had to be a better way for people to be successful. And that's why I fell in love with ONPASSIVE, because I know going forward, my entire family jumped on board, and they have no idea about all of the ins and outs. They just said they know, love, and trust me. And I told them, hey, $97, let's do this. And I've learned as I've gone along the way. And you know what? They're starting to learn too. And they've never been online. They've never been network marketers or anything. And that's the beauty of it, that doesn't matter at all. A lot of people will say, gee, Susie, I don't want to have to worry about, what do you mean customers are going to come under me? What do you mean there's going to be a team? Well, you know what? Don't worry about that. You do not have to take care of the customers or the team. ONPASSIVE takes care of that for you. So don't hesitate. Don't let anything like that hold you back. If you have questions, let us know. But that's why I'm smiling. I am a smiler anyway, but I'll tell you, I sleep like a baby at night because I know the future is so, so bright, and our family is already planning on having a McRae family legacy and a nonprofit foundation, and we are going to give back to the things that are meaningful in our life. And so get back to the person who invited you. But wait a second, since we are all family, here's another cutie. Everyone's showing their dogs. This is Choo Choo Charlie. She was just sleeping. But I recommend you, we're not going to pressure you or try to convince you, but do yourself a favor. Get back to the person who invited you. Get more information, or do like I did, jump right on board and then keep learning. Because every day you keep learning more, your smile's going to get bigger and bigger, and you're going to feel what we feel inside, that finally we have found the perfect business with a CEO who has a huge heart. And I know that sounds trite to say that, oh, he really cares. Once you're in the inside and you start listening to this man, you are going to be hooked too, and you're going to realize that there is a great person out there, Ash Mufara, who is helping mankind, and he's helping all of us. And I'm just thrilled to be a part of it. And I feel honored to be able to speak today. So thank you, Marty, for letting me come in. And thanks everyone for taking the time to watch this. Get back to the person who invited you.
Yeah. Before you go, ONPASSIVE is so revolutionary that the dogs that you see on this channel today, they could sign up and make money. So as you look at ONPASSIVE, understand that we're paying ONPASSIVE to manage our business. And as all these customers come underneath you, and there will be not millions, but tens of millions of customers coming in month after month, you don't have to manage that. That's what we pay ONPASSIVE to do. So keep it simple. Come on in, pay the $97, and continue to explore ONPASSIVE. Believe me, it just gets better and better and better. Marty, go ahead.
That was a perfect meeting. Thanks, everybody, and God bless.